pleasure to present the Springbank Community High School Class of 2014. I would now like to call upon Jordan Kaltenbrunner, Sydney Monteith, and Sierra Stokes Heck to lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
Please be seated. Thank you.
Good morning. So, another graduation, another new gal this year. My name is Sean Carter. I'm sweaty. Whew. My lady here is Tara Ongpadilla, and she's awesome and not very sweaty.
Good morning. We are honored to be a part of this day and apologize in advance if we mispronounce anyone's last names. We've been practicing, and after all, I am the Spanish teacher.
We'd like to welcome you to the Springbank Community High School Commencement Ceremony of 2014. We are honored to be your masters of ceremony on this momentous occasion. We extend a warm welcome to our honored guests, Mrs. Helen Cleese, Rocky View School District Trustee, Mr. Bruce McAllister, MLA from Chestermere Rocky View, Mr. Murray Bazensky, Associate Superintendent of Schools, the administrative team of Dr. Heather Fancher and Ms. Tracy Lyons, and the staff of Springbank High School. Thank you for joining the class of 2014 on the occasion of their graduation. We're killing us.
Winnie the Pooh said, "How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." And I think that really sums up how we feel about the graduating class of 2014. Ever since this grad class awkwardly entered the hallways of Springbank Community High in 2010, we knew that we were going to have a memorable group, and we also knew that saying goodbye was going to be hard. So we have decided, as our last teaching act, to share some wisdom of Winnie the Pooh with you today.
You are going to leave here and go out into the world where you'll meet many new people and you'll make long-lasting friendships. Winnie the Pooh offers the following sage advice. Weeds are flowers too, once you get to know them.
It is more fun to talk with somebody who doesn't use long, difficult words, but rather short, easy words like, "How about lunch?"
If the person you are talking to doesn't appear to be listening, be patient. It may simply be that he has a small piece of fluff in his ear.
And always remember, nobody can be uncheered with a balloon.
Okay, more advice later, but now we will get back to the program. Today we're pleased to have Mrs. Helen Cleese, Springbank School Trustee, to bring greetings from the Rocky View School Board. Mrs. Cleese.
Good morning, everyone. Springbank class of 2014, congratulations. Today is a very special day. Today is the day that is the bridge between childhood and adulthood. A bridge that takes you to exciting and new places, and it's a bridge that you cross on your own. You are now in charge of the decisions that will determine your path to the future. But don't forget the past. Take a moment today to remember things, discovering your backyard, being with friends at school, or taking family vacations. Every step you have taken has brought new challenges, rewards, and created new memories. And each step brought you a newfound independence. And your parents are proud of that independence, but they're also a little sad that you have all grown up. Today, they watch you cross the stage that represents the bridge to your future. Even though they might be sad, they know you will come back. And yes, you will. You will need money, or you'll need your laundry done. Some things never change, even when you grow up. Now, growing up is kind of like looking into a mirror, getting to know who you are and developing into the person you want to become. And it has been said that the job of public education is to turn that mirror into a window. So today, I encourage you to look past that mirror and look out to the window full of opportunities awaiting you. Take in the view. The opportunities are endless. There are many paths to choose and many opportunities to change your path if you wish. And it's always been said that education is about 3 R's. But today, I would like to add a 4th R, and that is resiliency. Things happen. Plans change. Life is full of surprises, good and bad. And we need to find ways to cope and to meet life face to face. And there is nothing that can beat us, nothing that we cannot do if we set our mind to it. And we can try to do it alone, but we soon learn that it's much more fun to share life with others. We all need to count on our family, our friends, and sometimes even complete strangers. In our community, we're pretty lucky. We're all pretty blessed. We have more than what we need. And because of that, we're usually in a position of giving rather than taking. And sometimes it seems harder to accept help than to give it. But last year, on June 20th, 2013, we were challenged by Mother Nature, and we had to rise to that challenge. Our beautiful rivers raged and angrily threatened all that we cherished and thought was safe. For 2 days, water rushed past my house. And as the water receded, all that was left was a mess of mud. And cleaning it up was going to be an overwhelming task. Instead, our communities shone, and we saw firsthand the best of people as family, neighbors, and friends came to help. Even complete strangers worked side by side with us. I don't remember their names. I don't know what they did for a living or even know where they live. All I knew was that they cared, wanted to offer their support and make a difference. And it is resiliency that kept us going. And knowing that no matter what life offers, we are in this together. The rain stopped, the angry river calmed, and the sun shone again. We returned to a new normal. And your life will be filled with challenges, setbacks, and sometimes you will feel that you are facing them alone. But look around this room today. This is your safety net. Your family, your friends, people who care about you. Get your strength from them and pay it forward. And pay it forward whenever you can. And this is how we all make a difference. So when you are alone in your dorm room and you feel the pressure of your studies, or you are just feeling overwhelmed at your new job and you have that feeling that the rain won't stop, that is the time, that is when you need to reach out to those who love you and care about you. You don't have to think about it, just do it. Use your safety net. Supporting each other is how we bring back the sunshine. So as you go out into the world, take the time to help others whenever you can, and be strong enough to ask for help when you need it. Change is inevitable. That is what makes tomorrow a mystery, but also makes things exciting, and it brings more opportunities for you to move in the direction of your dreams. Life is made up of little moments. Enjoy each one. This is the last page from the notebook you call high school. notebooks filled with moments to remember from your first day of school to your last day at Springbank High. And you are well prepared and have what it takes to tackle whatever life has to offer. You will each do it in your own way because courage and resiliency is not always loud or aggressive. Sometimes courage is that quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I can try again tomorrow. Give and take the best that life has to offer you and leave things better than you found them. Be the difference. And as you pack your bags, pack some memories, some optimism, some clean underwear, and most of all, some resilience. Remember, no matter where you go, take the most important things with you in your heart. Treasure all the people who have earned their special place. They will always be there for you in an instant if you need them. All you have to do is be strong and to ask. On behalf of the Board of Trustees at Rocky View Schools, I wish you a lifetime of happiness and success. Work hard and play safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Cleese. This year, we are pleased to have Mr. Bruce McAllister, MLA for Chestermere Rocky View. Mr. McAllister?
Thank you. And Helen, thank you for those words. I think the words of resiliency apply to all of us, and some of us adults are taking that to heart this morning as well. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, parents, grandparents, boys and girls, most of all, graduates, thank you so much for having me here to share in your special day with you for a few minutes this morning. It's a big moment for you, and I am honored to take a few minutes and share them with you. I'm going to do my best in the next 5 minutes or so to try and give you a little advice that I think might help you on your journey. First, let me say congratulations, you did it. Doesn't the grad class of 2014 look good this morning? Congratulations. So you're moving on, and it's kind of how life goes. You close one door and you open another door. You close the door to your K-12 education, and there are so many doors to consider to open now. So many opportunities, so many options for you. Which road to travel? It's probably safe to say some of you have it all worked out. You know where you're going to go. Your post-secondary education plans are made. It's also safe to say that some of you may not. You may want to work for a while. Some of you may want to live in your parents' basement for a few years. Your parents will probably allow that for a certain amount of time and then suggest a plan B. There are probably more than a few of you who aren't quite sure what you want to do, with the exception of go to the grad party tonight and talking to Blake and Courtney on my way in today. I know there's a big one planned in the Bragg Creek area. I can't tell you which road is best for you, but I can tell you with some confidence there are many roads to success in life. There truly are. The road you travel is up to you. You determine which way you go, and you determine what success means to you. I do advise you to listen carefully and consider the words of your loved ones that are here today. You know, graduation is a great time for reflection. The people in this room taught you to tie your shoes. They taught you to ride your bike. They gave you countless life lessons along the way. And when they gave you tough love, as a parent of a graduate myself, I can assure you it was with your best interests in mind, and they will continue to do that as you go forward. Now, some of you may know that I changed career paths a couple of years ago. Some of you in here may think I'm absolutely crazy. There are days that I think the same thing. It was funny, Blake said to me in the elevator, "Aren't you the guy from Global?" Used to be, Blake. Well, I picked up a couple of things along the road that I would like to share with you that have helped me on my journey, and I believe will be useful to you too. First of all, be bold and be brave. Embrace challenge and be willing to try new things in your life. Put yourself out there. You will learn more from your setbacks and your failures than you ever will from staying on the sidelines. I remember the first event or one of the first events that I emceed in my broadcasting career, very young, maybe 21, 22 years old, so about 5 years ago, or at least a couple of decades ago. I was emceeing an event in Medicine Hat, Alberta, and there was no podium in front of me, and guys, my hands were shaking for everybody to see. And I was embarrassed. I didn't have to do that event. I didn't have to speak at it, but I knew that I should, and I had to get better at those things. Step out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself. You will be rewarded even when things don't go quite as you planned. You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you are better the next time. Remember that. Do not let fear of the unknown hold you back. The second piece I will give you, a piece of advice I'll give you this morning, is to love yourself. Believe in yourself, remaining humble as you do so. And here's what I mean. You may not be the smartest kid in your graduating class. You may not have the best marks. You might not be the best hockey player or soccer player, and this one's a bit challenging, but you may not be as thin as you think you should be or as pretty as you think you should be. But I'm here to tell you this morning, life is not about what you are not. Life is about what you are. It's about who you are. You think about it, there are more than 7 billion people on this planet, and there is nobody quite like you. Isn't that remarkable? You are unique, so find your strengths and play to them. Use them to the best of your ability. Remember that as you go forward. You are made of the right stuff. I absolutely know that. I also want to tell you to challenge the status quo, because you can affect positive change. In many ways, it's what led me to this podium today. Try and improve yourself, try and improve your community, and try and improve your world as you go forward on your journey. I have a little saying I like to use. If you plateau, it's probably time to grow. If your heart is telling you something, trust it, believe in it. If you could do a little better, if you could do a little more, then I encourage you to listen to that voice inside you. So just as I say believe in yourself, I say push yourself too. It's amazing what you can accomplish when you're positive, when you're creative, and passionate. And finally, we can't always control what happens to us, and I think Helen spoke to this. But we can always control how we react to what happens to us. The action might be out of our hands, but the reaction to that action is not. Composure, always composure. As you open a new door, grad class of 2014, I encourage you to jump in with both feet. Dive in. Take the class. Try out for that new team. Accept that you won't always win, but don't you dare stay on the sidelines, because you are way too good for that. I look forward to hearing and reading about your stories of success down the road. I know there will be many of them. Sincerely, thank you so much for having me here to share a few words with you this morning. Good luck and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. McAllister. Next up, we have Mr. Murray Bazinski, Associate Superintendent of Schools, joining us to offer congratulations from Rocky View Schools. Mr. Bazinski.
Good morning. Graduates, honored guests, staff, teachers, parents, grandparents, family, and friends of the Springbank Community High School graduating class of 2014. It is my pleasure today to bring greetings on behalf of Rocky View's Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Don Hoyam, who is unfortunately unable to be here today. One of the best parts of my job is the pleasure to participate in graduation ceremonies. Graduation is a time for celebration, not just for the students who are graduating, but for their families, their friends, and their teachers, who provided them with the necessary support, determination, and help along the way that made this graduation possible. You must all be proud of these students for what they have accomplished. Each and every one of you played a role in that success. I know for the graduates, the last 12 years have felt like a long, long journey. that is happily coming to an end. But for your parents, these past 12 years went by in a blink of an eye. For them, it feels just like yesterday that they were at the elementary Christmas concert, hoping you wouldn't fall off the stage, or in middle school and helping you with relationship issues when so-and-so didn't talk to you in the library. Graduates, take some time over the next few days to thank your family for their love, their support, and their guidance over the past 12 years, because the journey with you was probably not all that easy. You are entering an exciting next step in your lives. You have the opportunity to continue to define who you are and who you are going to be. To be successful moving forward, you will need to continue to learn and to relearn, to create and recreate. You must not be like the United States Patent Office official who in the mid-1800s recommended that the United States Patent Office be closed because he believed everything that could possibly be invented had already been done. I think the achievements of the past 150 years have proven him to be just a little wrong. And just so you're aware, when you started high school, the best-selling piece of technology that year was the clapper. You'll ask your parents what that is. Remember to look with fondness to the past, but always look to the future with excitement. I congratulate you on your success. Wish you continued success in the future. Enjoy your celebration. You've earned it.
Thank you, Mr. Mazinski. This year certainly was a year of change for our administrative team. These ladies have fulfilled many roles over the course of the year. Together, they have supported athletics, academics, fine arts, and the community. They have put in countless hours above and beyond. Please join me in welcoming the principals of Springbank Community High, Dr. Heather Fancher and Ms. Tracy Lyons.
Goggles on. Yeah, okay. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, and honored guests, we are here to celebrate the achievements of Springbank High's graduating class of 2014. When we started talking about what we were going to say in this principal's message, we thought maybe we could go with a motivational theme. You know, reach for your dreams, follow your stars, seek and you shall find. Then we thought we could go inspirational. Quote people like Gandhi, Mother Teresa, or maybe even Stephen Jobs. We decided to take a different turn and thought, what have we learned from you, Springbank's class of 2014? First, we have learned that patience is a virtue. No, not our own, but yours. You have been patient with each other when you worked hard together on a problem or a project. You cooked together, made movies together, and built outdoor spaces together for all of us to enjoy. You know that it takes patience to collaborate.
Neither rain, nor snow, nor sleet, nor hail. And yes, we're referring to the tailgate party. We learned that you are a tenacious bunch. As those that participated in Footloose will attest, the show must go on, and for you, it did. We learned what it means to be giving of your time, your energy, and sometimes your hair, to make the world a better place. We learned that sometimes it takes a simple word like smile to remember the important things. Right, Saman?
We also learned that you are kind. You have touched the lives of all who pass through the doors of SCHS and many who have not. Whether your kindness extended to the grade 9s entering the school or working on events like the charity hockey game or filling backpacks for the Cochrane Activates, Your kindness, thoughtfulness, and humility are defining characteristics. We learned that life needs to be fun. From impromptu skateboard races down the front hallway to the powder puff football game, sometimes you just have to have fun.
So this poem by Glenys Harmon says it all. They ask me why I teach, and I reply, where could I find more splendid company? There sits a statesman, strong, unbiased, wise. Another later Webster, silver-tongued. And there a doctor, whose quick, steady hand can mend a bone or stem the lifeblood's flow. A builder sits beside him. Upward rise the arches of that church he builds, wherein that minister will speak the word of God and lead a stumbling soul to touch the Christ. And it's all about a lesser gathering of farmers, merchants, teachers, laborers, men who will work and vote and build and plan and pray into a great tomorrow. And I say, I may not see the church or hear the word or eat the food their hands will grow, and yet I may. And later I may say, I knew the lad when he was strong or weak or kind or proud or bold or gay. I knew him once, but then he was a boy. And they ask me why I teach, and I reply, where can I find more splendid company? Thank you for being such splendid company.
We have in our midst future great lawyers, teachers, and doctors, travelers, chefs, animators, and entrepreneurs, Olympic team members, engineers, actors, and musicians, and above all, humanitarians. We want to wish you all the best as you move into the next chapter of your lives. Just remember, as Ellen DeGeneres says at the end of every show, be kind to one another, and we know you will. It has been an honor and a privilege to watch your progress and years of success. And remember, stay classy, Springbank.
Thank you, Dr. Fancher and Ms. Lyons. Now, it's one of my favorite parts of the program. It's where I get to introduce this year's valedictorian. I've had the pleasure of teaching Alex many times over the past 4 years. I've always been very impressed by his intelligence, his diligence, his attention to detail. Plus, he may just be the nicest person that I've ever met. It's true. Also, Alex, I do want to take this time to apologize once again for that time I gave you that physics worksheet with the multiple choice question that had no answers. That was my bad, Alex. I'm sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this year's valedictorian, Alex Corrigan.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Oh. Well, thank you, Mr. Carter, for that wonderful introduction. That's so nice. Thank you. I'd also like to thank or welcome on behalf of this graduating class of 2014 our distinguished guests, administrators, teachers, family, and friends to our graduating ceremony. I I suspect that this occasion is as important to our families as it is to us. My name is Alex Corrigan, probably just heard that, and I've been given the tremendous honor of speaking to all of you today. As many of you know, I've got a reputation for equating diamonds with time machines and taking way too long to do absolutely everything, but for this speech, I'll try to break character a little bit and keep my comments brief while refraining from any more references to time travel. Many people have helped us achieve this milestone. I'd like to thank them. First of all, I'd like to thank our administrators, Ms. Lyons, Dr. Fancher, and Mrs. Hooper, for making this day possible and for playing such an instrumental role in making Springbank High School one of our province's best. You're awesome. I'd also like to thank Mr. Carter and Mrs. Ongpadilla for your stand-up comedy / MC display. That's pretty great. As well as Mrs. Monteith and all of the Grad committee for making this day possible. Without you, this day would not be nearly so perfect. We also give sincere thanks to our incredible faculty. You've taught us so much more than just the curriculum, and while we may forget how to write a source analysis or calculate infinite sums, we'll always remember the life lessons you've taught us. Finally, our parents, siblings, and extended family deserve special recognition too. Their support and guidance has played an instrumental role in our success and happiness over the years. And as we move on to this next exciting stage of our lives, we know that we can continue to rely upon our families. Please know that we are very grateful for everything you've done for us, and that our confidence in your continued support will help us test our limits as we move on from the comforts and securities of home. Well, class of 2014, we did it. We just finished high school. That's it. Done. Over the years, we've become a family. Not everyone gets along 100% of the time, but I'd say we're as close as 166 people can get. We've grown up together. We've studied together. We've been happy together. Sad together. Confused together. Disappointed together. Curious together. And we made it through high school together. We've supported and encouraged each other. No matter who you hang out with, I doubt there's one person among us who doesn't feel some connection to everyone else here. This has not happened magically. Nobody can pretend that we're all like-minded people who would otherwise be bestest buds. But I think our Facebook group points that out pretty clearly. No, our connection grew from our shared experiences and the lessons we've learned from each other and from our teachers. It's crazy to think about this transformation from relative strangers to family. Maybe it's due to our small class, but I'd say it has more to do with all the tailgates and kickoffs and dances, our shared classes, trips and athletics, kickoffs again, skip days and campouts. It's resulted from last-minute study group sessions, comparing answers on worksheets, complaining about how terrible Shakespeare is, and asking why X can't solve its own problems. Maybe our connection results from the shared pride we have and the positive differences we've made in the world. Maybe we're proud of the fact that we have kids who traveled across an ocean to build a school for strangers. Maybe we're proud that each year we raise $10,000 so that 4 Kenyan girls can go to school. Or perhaps we're proud for stepping up and sharing our Christmas with underprivileged teens, or for helping raise $18,000 for cancer. Maybe we're bonded by the pride of knowing and supporting courageous individuals like Kelly Fawcett, Maddie Cowa, Graham Kendall, Logan Kane, Jonathan Goff, Curtis Shekanese, Misha Zupko, Max Fieldstone, Spencer Halen, and Cam Brennan. All the courageous individuals who shaved their heads or waxed their legs so that cancer might someday be eliminated. Maybe we are bonded by the fact that we've encouraged each other to be better people, and that together we've made many positive contributions to the world. I also think that we've bonded through the lessons we've learned here at Springbank. Not the facts that we may forget, but the real-life education we've received. I suspect that in the world beyond our school, nobody will care how much you know about John Stuart Mill. But it is important that we learn to be curious, that we are taught to gather the information and knowledge necessary to satisfy that curiosity. From this school, we've learned to accept responsibility for ourselves, our work, and for our decisions, both good and bad. We've learned the perils of procrastination and how to forego sleep and time with friends in order to finish projects that we sometimes resented or thought pointless. We learned to accept the consequences that come with missed time, even when our absence wasn't our fault. With that, we learned that excuses neither would nor should alter our teacher's verdict, and that it's pointless to blame others for our circumstances. We realized that there are some things we have to do, simply because we have to do them, and because others are counting on us to pull our own weight. Furthermore, we've learned how to deal with stress and how important it is to persevere, even when you don't get it and things aren't going your way. And finally, today, we learned that nothing lasts forever, and that change is inevitable. From our experience at Springbank, we've also begun to understand how to deal with people, how to resolve conflict, and how to get past our differences. We've learned how to make friends and that favors are always worth the time. We've learned that if we treat someone with kindness, others will reciprocate, and that people always appreciate when you remember the little things about them. We learned how much a compliment means, and that both smiles and laughter tend to be contagious. Most of you girls learned how to talk to guys, and most of us guys have at some point spoken to a girl, so I'd say that front's pretty successful too. Finally, school teaches us how to keep in touch with each other, even once we no longer spend much time together. You see, these are the lessons that we've really learned from Springbank. These are the lessons that have brought us closer together, and these are the lessons that I really, truly hope we never forget. Now, this is the part of the speech where I'm supposed to expound all of my infinite wisdom, where I should inspire you and profess the secrets to living a good life. As valedictorian, I'm expected to stand up here and tell you all how to be successful and happy. The truth is, I have no idea what to say. I'm 17 years old. What do I know? No, still going. Truth is, we could all inform grade 8 students how to be a good person, how to get through high school, but on the subject of real-world success, I have absolutely no idea. Because of this, I've spent the past few weeks thinking and stressing about a theme for this address. I've watched dozens of speeches online, spent hours researching quotes, and read countless articles. I've sought aid from individuals far wiser than myself. To my great disappointment, however, each of these resources offered very insightful, but very different advice on how to live a good life. Many intellectuals reference the role that courage, perseverance, leadership, and hard work play in success. Others placed a higher value on virtues such as positivity, loyalty, honesty, respectfulness, kindness, and charitableness. Many of these sources explain the importance of living life to the fullest and without regret, saying yes as often as possible and not taking yourself too seriously, loving with all your heart. Some emphasize the necessity of living a balanced life, while the remainder asserted that happiness is a state of mind, and that one might live well if he or she is able to follow his or her principles. I found all of these philosophies extremely relevant. All of them made sense, and all of them spoke to me, but they did not offer one simple answer to the question, how do you live a good life? That's when I realized that we're each unique in how we find fulfillment. I'm confident that we all desire to be good people, but I also appreciate that each one of us has a different view on what makes life meaningful. The cool thing is that no matter what you see as an important purpose, you're right. And as long as you live with some purpose, I don't think it's possible to be disappointed. I've therefore decided to give you each a little bit of homework. The last homework of your high school careers. For this assignment, I challenge each and every one of you to dedicate some time and energy to handwriting a list of what you believe to be important to living in order to truly be your best self. I beg you to sit down and ponder what makes life meaningful, what makes life worthwhile, what makes somebody a good person. These are your values, and I believe that they give life purpose, and I believe that they definitely should be written down. Then, every so often, check back on this list and reflect on whether you're living according to your values. You may find that life has sharpened some, clarified others. Revisions may become necessary. Of course, this is an experiment, and I offer no assurance of anything productive, but I honestly believe that if you're able to outline and live by a meaningful set of values, you'll all be very happy with the people you become. Well, class of 2014, we did it. In a few long minutes, we'll be receiving our diplomas, and by tomorrow, we'll have all gone our separate ways. In the coming months, some of us will enter the workforce. Some will pursue athletics. Some of us will take a gap year and travel the world, while others will continue on to post-secondary education. No matter what path we choose, however, all of us can expect drastic changes in our lives. Things will never again be the same. And of that fact, I am beyond terrified. Though I do take comfort in knowing that our families, teachers, and experiences at high school have prepared us for what lies ahead. We're all capable of greatness. This day is proof. But if we are to realize our potential, we must continue to progress. The diplomas we are about to receive are not our tickets to the good life. Nope, but they do show us that we have the tools necessary to succeed. All we need to do is work hard, explore ourselves, and utilize the lessons we've learned here at Springbank. And if we can do that, I have no doubt that we will all live remarkably rewarding lives. Thank you.